Guys, I'm Lucky. We're back here for another video. Guys, today what I want to talk about is the Baltimore Ravens and all the moves they've done in the offseason so far. So guys, let's get started. So far, the Baltimore Ravens have signed Tony Jefferson. They re-signed Mike Wallace back to his previous deal. And they signed Anthony Levine with Brandon Williams to a contract too. And recently now Brandon Carr. So a lot of moves the Ravens have made, and yet we have not covered one area we need to fix. Last year we were number 3 overall defense most of the year, and I think we ended up being like number 6 or 7 defense in the long run. We were one of the best defenses against the run. We had so much good going for us defensively. But the one issue we had was our offense. We were 32nd offense. We couldn't protect Joe Flacco. We had no receivers. We couldn't run the ball consistently. Joe Flacco had the most pass attempts, I believe, behind Mr. Drew Brees. And we just couldn't get anything to go offensively. We couldn't score. So many times we could have won games, but we just couldn't score. We couldn't put points on the board. And the one thing that the Ravens have done so far this free agency, the one thing they have completely went away from. We cut Zuta, we cut Wagner, well, we traded Zuta, and we will release Wagner. His contract was up. Those two things, we have made our offensive line worse. But how did we fix it? We got Danny Woodhead. Danny Woodhead, the guy that gets hurt and hasn't played in the last 3 seasons, a whole season. We got someone who gets hurt all the time. We did not improve our offense at all. We actually made our offense worse, and we made our defense better, which, don't get me wrong, I love the fact we made our defense better. Brandon Carr is a great addition. He does have injury problems in his past, so that kind of sucks. But, Tony Jefferson, Eric Weddle now in the back with Jimmy and Brandon, and, of course, Tavon Young as a nickel corner. And, of course, that's going to be all great. Brandon Williams in the middle, awesome. We need someone to replace Correa, though, because Correa sucks, and Zachary Orr retiring kind of kills us. Because now we have Mosley, and we need a second middle linebacker. We run a 3-4 system, so we need someone to replace Correa. Correa sucks. Jernigan and, I believe Jernigan, Judon. No, we have Suggs as our, Lutz as our linebacker. I forget how all D-line goes because it's all mixed up sometimes. But we have Suggs, Lutz as our linebacker, and then left end I believe we have Judon, and then right end we have Jernigan. I think that's how they're going to work it this year. Not 100% sure. No, I think Jernigan's our D-tackle, my bad. Again, kind of mixed up with a D-line. Our D-line's fine. We just need Correa, fix Correa, and our defense is fine. Our defense was fine. Our defense was great. Again, we were really good against the run. We won the best against the run. We won the greatest against pass, but it's all right. I mean, cornerbacks-wise, we had injury issues. Jimmy got hurt. Tavon Young was, he was a rookie. And then Sharice Wright sucked. So, we have all those injuries. But what we need to fix is this offense. And that's the one thing I hope the Ravens really look toward in the draft. I heard a lot of analysts say that the draft doesn't have as many great linemen, like offensive linemen. It's more geared toward corners and halfbacks. It's a very deep draft with a lot of depth, which is awesome, but it doesn't have linemen as great because we need a center, we need a right tackle, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, I mean, left tackle. We have Stanley who has injury concerns, so we're going to need a backup to help him out. Center, we could sign Nick Mangold, but I don't think we have any money left after Brandon Carr's deal. And of course, right guard we have Yonda, and then left guard, I forget who we have left guard. Forget what his name is. He's decent. Wide receiver wise, we do need a drafted receiver. We have Perryman, of course. We have Mike Wallace could be extending his deal, and then we have. Do we have anyone else that actually means anything to offense? No, we don't. So, tight end, of course, we have Pitta. But we need that dominant receiver, that Anquan Bolden-esque receiver. And I know a lot of people are saying we should bring Bolden back. I don't think we're going to bring Bolden back because we fluffed him over. He said he'll pretty much retire for the Ravens and don't want to play for any other team. And we were like, hey, then we're going to offer you nothing. So he's not going to come back. And honestly, he is kind of old. He's not going to be the dominant force he was when we won the Super Bowl. So we need that deep Mike Evans threat type receiver. Joe needs a big body receiver to go deep and catch that ball. When we're talking about bringing Torrey Smith in, that's stupid. Torrey Smith is nothing. He's just a deep threat specialist. That's all he is. He just runs past people. That's what Mike Wallace is for. That's why we have Mike Wallace. But when it comes down to Rashad Perryman, he really needs to step up this year. Honestly, if Perryman does not step up this year, we're going to be in a very, very bad boat, because Perryman is pretty much like what we need right now to pretty much gear us to win anything. So, receiver-wise, Kamal Aiken, I believe he has gone. He is meeting with the Colts, I heard. So, on the depth chart-wise, all we have is Mike Wallace and Perryman. Dennis Pitta, Crockett Gilmore, Max Williams. Tight ends, I believe one of them is leaving. We have Danny Woodhead, Terrence West, and then Kenneth Dixon goes ahead and gets suspended for 3 freaking games. Thank you, Kenneth Dixon. Really aspiring rookie, ends up just completely messing that up. Alex Lewis is our left guard, I believe. I believe that's the guy we're going to put as left guard. But altogether, man, right now, we need to fix this offense. As the Ravens, we need to fix this offense. We need to get a better offense, better receivers, better deep threat receivers. Joe can't do it by himself. Joe's not a playmaker. He needs playmakers around him to be great. We need a line to protect him and playmakers to have him be able to score. Our defense is great. I love how they're improving our defense, but we need a lot more than defense. Last year we had a great defense and we couldn't make the playoffs. Obviously, I know we were one game out because we lost to the Steelers. If we would have beat the Steelers, we would have had to have beaten the Bengals. And you saw how that game went. I know a lot of people say we didn't try in that game. I believe we did try, but obviously we were already out of the playoffs. There's nothing to fight for. But still, the fact remains, defense is this whole entire NFL is gearing toward defense doesn't win championships as much anymore. I know the Denver Broncos a couple years back killed the Carolina Panthers, but the one thing in that game you saw is if Cam, honestly, even though Cam got didn't dive in the football and a lot of big mistakes by Cam in that game, but what you can actually gear toward that game was that game was only like a 6-7 point game the whole game. If Cam could have got his act together, they would have won the game. So a high-powered offense like the Atlanta Falcons, like the New England Patriots, that's what the Ravens need to gear toward. We need that high-powered offense because, honestly, defense is great, but if you win a game 7-3 every single game, yeah, you might be winning those games, but then like Detroit Lions last year where they were winning a lot of games in the fourth quarter, they started losing those games because you can't keep it up. It's not a good factor to go off of, and that's the biggest issue with the Ravens right now. So I'd say, once again, fix that O-line, fix the line to protect Flacco, get him some receivers, and let's change this up, guys, and let's make the playoffs this year. Peace out, guys.